right. Hello, my lovelies. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Well, as you can see, Otis is not here, and yet things are looking a little different still. Now I am in Germany, not back in the United States, but I'm still here to give some updates on some things that are happening. And today I'm going to be talking about Harry and his whole ITV interview, giving some of my opinion on some of the talking points and the unbelievable things that he is saying, or excuses that he is giving about Meghan not being able to, bring her back to the United Kingdom. It is ridiculous. And we're going to talk about it. Let's get into it. Really quickly, Prince William is cutting Camilla's sister off of the payroll. He is already showing his hand at being an authoritarian. And he is telling his step-mama sister, his step-Annie, that, sorry, I'm cutting you off. So apparently Camilla's sister was doing some interior decorating, doing some things to, provide a service to the royals. And the king, well, actually Prince William, is saying that, we're going to have to stop this. And I guess the money that was coming out of the Duchy of Cornwall for the Camilla's sister is part of the money that William is overseeing. But that's what I understood. Yeah, that's what I read. I'm thinking, well, that's, if you got to make some cuts, make your cuts, because times are hard. And sometimes you're just going to have to say, look, I'm sorry, I can't do it anymore. And that's what's happening. But we'll see. You never know. She may end up coming back in another way from another, bank account and get her job back. All right. Now, going into this story about Harry, he was on ITV and he is giving some really lame excuses about why he's not bringing Meghan back to the United Kingdom. And my whole opinion around this is this man is delusional. Meghan has seriously got this man drinking the Kool-Aid. He is drinking the Kool-Aid, and he wants us to now drink the Kool-Aid. He's like, here, you want some? Let me tell you some of this nonsense that I'm talking about. And he's offering it to us like we're supposed to watch him, believe it, and think, oh, okay. Now that makes sense, Harry. I see why you're not bringing her back to the United Kingdom. Nah. We're looking at you with the side eye, Harry. Okay? Because you are talking out the side of your face right now. This is ridiculous. So this is what he is saying. He's saying that he fears negative tabloid narratives around his family could lead to a knife or acid attack against Meghan Markle if he were to return to the United Kingdom. He goes on to say in this interview with ITV1, this documentary called Tabloids on Trial, that he, quote, won't bring my wife back to this country over genuine concerns, close quote. Genuine concerns. He's explaining his belief that certain narratives in the press pose a genuine threat to his family. All it takes is for one lone actor who reads this stuff to act on what they have read. Now, let me just put something into perspective. Excuse me, but newspapers are read all over the world. All over the world. They're not only just read in the United Kingdom. So if something is printed in the United Kingdom, it's going to be printed in other countries as well. So that forbids you really realistically from going to other countries, doesn't it? See, what Harry is doing, he is listening to Meghan, who is telling him, I can't go back to the United Kingdom. I just can't do it, Harry. I can't do it. I don't want to have to curtsy to Catherine, and I don't want to have to get booed by the people. Oops, did I say that? I'm sorry. I meant I don't feel safe in your country. That's the excuse. But the real reason is what I just said, okay? She will be humiliated if she ever comes back to the United Kingdom. And of course, she is not a working royal. She'll have to curtsy to Catherine. She'll have to do things that she just doesn't want to do. It limits him from what makes Harry valuable. It limits him from his connection to his family. It limits him to the life that he knows. It limits him in everything that makes him who he is in his DNA. And if your wife is now saying she cannot come to the country that you're from, that makes you who you are, essentially, what Meghan Markle is saying and what she is doing is she is setting Harry up for the fact that I'm going to have to, at some point, leave you. Because we know Harry will not be able to maintain his life in America. His children will never have access to his life in the United Kingdom. And I know there's this whole debacle and debate around the children, but until we get reports that say the children don't exist, I'm going to make this narrative that they do have children. But we know there are conversations around the children. I get that. But what Meghan is doing is setting him up, setting this marriage up for failure with this whole nonsense of a story. Because tabloid headlines that he sees in the United Kingdom are the things that they have done that the UK press is speaking about. Not only that, but all the stories and this phone hacking thing that happened was done years ago. And now you're going to say something about it? Now it's an issue, Harry? Now you got issues around security and living in the United Kingdom. You a fool. Harry is a literal fool and an idiot because he wants people to believe this nonsense. People read things all over the world. We get around. I'm here in Germany right now. Yesterday, I was in the United Kingdom. Look, anybody who is going to cause you harm aren't going to say, well, let me wait till they get to the United Kingdom before I cause some havoc on Harry and Meghan. No, they're going to wait till you travel to a different country. They're going to wait till you go to wherever in the whole world to cause you harm. It's not just going to be in the United Kingdom. Are you serious? It's ridiculous that he's even talking about this and saying these things. And I think it's really sad for Harry that he is drinking this Kool-Aid that Meghan is feeding him or, giving him to drink. Okay, now he goes on to say, and whether it's a knife or acid, these are things that are genuine concerns for me. It's one of the reasons why I won't bring my wife back to this country. Okay, Harry, if that's the hill you're going to die on, if that's what you're going to say, if that's going to be your new reality, go ahead and make that your reality. And let me just watch your demise. Let me just watch you suffer in your anguish and being in one of the most dangerous countries in the world when it comes to having issues around safety. Nothing that happened to you with the car chase and with your home getting broken into. These things happened in America. But you're still concerned about security in the United Kingdom. Go ahead and keep fooling yourself, Harry. You are an idiot. Okay, so Harry speaking for the first time following a monumental high court ruling that he was hacked by Mirror Group newspapers. Now, he said that he finally feels vindicated by the judge's ruling that senior figures at the newspaper group knew about the unlawful activities. The late Queen Elizabeth knew about his legal fight and gave her blessing, Harry said. He went on to say that we had many conversations before she passed. This was very much something that she supported. She knew how much this meant to me, and she's very much up there going, see this through to the end without question. Now, this is what Harry is saying the Queen is in his court. The Queen has his blessing. But let me just give you this to ponder, folks. The Queen didn't want you commercializing your titles. The Queen didn't want you trying to have 1 foot in royalty and 1 foot out of royalty, but yet that is what you do. So you mean to tell me the Queen is giving you her blessing while at the same time not happy about the fact that you're going against her wishes before she passed away? Like, those things are simultaneously okay. Like, it's okay what you're doing. No, it's not. Harry thinks that people are not very critical in their thinking. He doesn't see people as being able to ration around certain things that he said before. And he doesn't see that we look at him with our side eye because you're making no sense. And this is why he will never get the approval ratings that he once had. He will always be someone who is constantly on the down in terms of his life as a royal. He will never be where he once was because he really thinks we're idiots. He thinks people are stupid and are not thinking critically about the nonsense in his head. It is unbelievable. I mean, this tells you somebody that has had a very controlled life. He has been in a closed bubble, and he doesn't understand that we have been doing this since birth. We've been living outside the bubble since birth. You just got outside the bubble with your life in California, okay? So we've got a lot more time on our side to understand what you're trying to do. Like, these were things I was trying to do when I was in 9th grade or when I was 9 years old, It's not something that I'm doing as an adult in my 40s like Harry. It's just unbelievable that he thinks we believe these things that he is saying right now. Meghan has really done a doozy on this prince. He's going to be feeling the burn because there are already reports coming out about this couple and their marriage. I've talked about this before in the past, but they're continuing. We know couples have arguments, but this couple will never find true purpose and value moving forward. They will always have these issues coming up with their coming together to try to live a harmonious life, because there's no way they will ever align in purpose. It just is not going to happen. So the other thing that was mentioned, a judge ruled in December about this case with Harry and his voicemail being hacked and this unlawfully gained access to his private information. He said that the memory of his mother, Princess Diana, motivates him to take on the tabloids on issues of intrusion, and he has been left paranoid and distrustful by the hacking. Okay, so I don't understand this as well, because like I mentioned before, Harry, it's been years since you've been hacked. None of this has been recent. So he's trying to bring up information now because he's trying to give a motive and a reason to why he needs to fight for something. And that's his wife, Meghan. He's trying to make it feel like he's fighting for her now. He's trying to give her justice. His mother's been dead since 97. None of this has happened in a long time, in over a decade. And now it's an issue? It's an issue now because you married that woman that got you drinking the Kool-Aid. And he wants a reason to have to fight for something. And this is why he wants us to try to rally behind him and support him. Like, go, Harry, go. Okay, we got you. We know those tabloids. And we're looking at him. Look, we're living in the 21st century, okay? Information is across borders a lot faster than they were when you were hacked, Harry. It's no longer relevant in our day and age. With social media and people like myself and others who can talk about these things and news. It's not just the newspapers talking about these things. They're talking about you and your wife and your attitude and how you are so spoiled and you want to be victims and you want people to believe that they need to feel sorry for you. Well, guess what, Harry? We don't feel sorry for you or your wife. We know the things that you have done with your wife and her bullying, and you will never have us behind you. You will never have the trust and the loyalty of the public ever again. You have been busted. And no matter amount of blaming the press and the tabloids is going to get you out of the doghouse with the rest of the world. You have lost. And hopefully you will wake up to the realization that you have lost in your whole point of trying to make us believe one thing when the reality is another, and it's in your head. Wake up and realize you're done. You're done. And soon your marriage will be too. and we'll be here to talk about it. I know at least I will. I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Remember, subscribe, like, and leave a comment. And can't wait to reunite you all with Otis when I get back into the States. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.